we have a guest.
Oh, dear.
We have a guest. I would like to welcome to the stream the grandson of the great Jack Kirby, Jeremy Kirby. What is going on, man?
Well, hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Hello, sir.
Doing good, man. How's dinner?
Thank you. It's getting there. We're cooking some tonight. We got some matzo ball soup for another Passover.
Nice. Good Pesach. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. So it's a good night, but I'm excited to join you guys.
I do like a good matzo ball. I gotta say, man, there's just nothing quite like it.
So Jeremy, yeah, man, I let Ray know that you guys loved the performance. You know, you guys, how'd you guys like the movie as a whole?
It was awesome. I grabbed the whole family. We literally, started it pretty late. I think it went till around 2 a.m. or so, but yeah, kids loved it. I loved it. My wife loved it. It was awesome. It was great. It was such a, not just different, but also just, I mean, obviously, an improvement, I'd say from 2017. So it was so good to really be able to see kind of, I guess, Zach's full vision come to light. And, with Darkseid and Ray, and what an amazing job you did. It was awesome.
Thank you very much.
It was something that I myself had been waiting for literally, for years and years, because we knew DC would eventually get to the big bad, and that's what he is. He's the big bad. He is the greatest, I believe, supervillain ever created. And it was awesome to see it on screen. And yeah, man, thank you. It was great.
So. Oh no, I think I told you, but I was like, I screamed like a little girl when I saw your response to my tweet, thanking you, and I'd screenshotted it. I've got a folder, on my iPad of Darkseid. So I, like, to anybody who would listen, I was like sending them the image from the dude, look at this. You really really kind of put a gold star on the whole experience for me, and I will forever be grateful for kind of the blessing of from your family, and what that means to me is huge. So I cannot thank you enough.
Awesome. Thank you. It was great. Thanks for helping, bring the big guy to the screen.
Yeah. Happy to do so.
It was it was awesome to me too, to have the whole family there, the kids. I'm like, oh, look at this, here he comes. We're like, which is weird because you normally don't cheer for the bad guys.
We did in this house too. Yeah. We did in this house as well.
Hey, I kind of was okay with Darkseid winning, not gonna lie. I was kind of okay with that.
I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I gotta say that entrance when when I call it the Zoom call, but when when the parademons start kneeling and everything, and Steppenwolf's like, what's up, and then the crescendo of music from Junkie XL, that soundtrack, and he just comes through. I was like, this is the best entrance I have ever and probably will ever make in anything.
Yeah.
It was great. I mean, it was just all set up even before I spoke, it was wonderful.
It was all excellent. Like, for the first look at Darkseid in a live action movie, like, I mean, it was perfect to me. I felt like it was really as good as it could get. I mean, and I don't know. Have you seen there's some concept art here. Have you seen the concept art that they revealed for Darkseid?
This is way back in the day. This was what wardrobe department was working with. Oh, wow. This is what, just sort of conceptually what it was going to be way before there was any CGI. Mm-hmm. And I remember seeing this on a wall, and I've had it on my phone for the last 7 years. But that was kind of what he was going to look like. And you can obviously see that there's been some changes in the intervening years, but yeah, that was my first glimpse of Darkseid in this film a long time ago.
And Rand, I know you probably, I'm sure Uche's asked it, and I'm sure a lot of people have, but
hey man, I just want to get to ask me any damn thing you want.
Man. Go ahead, talk on. I want to hear what you got to say. See the Dr. Doom back there, Fantastic Four, shit. Go ahead, talk on.
Things I want to know. But no, what did it? Again, I'm sure everyone's already asked it, but what did it really feel like for yourself to to finally get to see yourself up there when you must have been so excited years ago, and then I can only imagine. So what did it finally feel like there?
Do you know something? I've not been asked that question that much. I'll tell you, and thank you for asking it. You know, this was such a huge emotional journey for me from the beginning. I mean, both professionally and personally, stuff I won't go into, but just personal life things that happened around that same time. So to be in this thing, and I love Zach and I love the team and everybody that was working on it. And I was so proud that I was in it and playing this role. And then to be told no.
Yeah.
And be quiet. You know, it was very hard. And I just sort of consigned it to the dustbin because, you know, it's Hollywood. I certainly have been burned before. And it was unfortunate and it was really sad and whatever. And then these rumblings start, you know, because the 2017 release came out and fans, the image I've used before is, you know, fans went, no, we'd like to send this meal back to the chef, you know. And then rumors started about, you know, and at that same time, I had contacted Warner Brothers and DC via email and was just like, hey, now that the movie's out, can I at least tell people I played Darkseid? You know, because I was thinking of myself, you know, just career-wise, like,
absolutely,
you know,
that's huge.
And they were like, we would really prefer you not. I was like, okay, so I can't talk about it. Then these rumors start of like, Darkseid was in the movie, and I'm like, huh? And then I saw several articles speculating on which A-list actors would be playing the role. You know, what was the theories? And I'm just kind of sitting there by myself, like, ha ha ha. And again, I couldn't say anything, you know, so it was just something I observed, and it was like, well, it's a shame, but there you go. And this was still at the stage of like, wow, we could have had this. We don't even know if the cut exists. A lot of people were saying it didn't. Somebody leaked that I played it. Somebody high up. I still don't know exactly who, but somebody to a group, podcasters or whatever, had leaked it. So, I mean, I tell people this story, and it's true. I had like 300 followers on Twitter, people who were, you know, like audiobooks, because I narrate audiobooks. So I went to bed with like 300 Twitter followers. I get up the next day, I've got like 2,500, and I've got an inbox just filled with people like, hey, we heard you played Darkseid. And I immediately went into panic mode, thinking I'm going to get sued. I'm never going to work again. I'm going to, you know, so I contacted Warner Brothers in DC. They were like, we know it wasn't you. It's okay. You know, but I still didn't feel like I could actually come out and say, even though that was the speculation. And as Uche and I talked, it was, you know, I got right up to the edge, but I never actually fully came out. So when Zach finally announced that it was going to be shown on HBO Max in 2021, I texted him immediately and went, can I come out of the closet as Darkseid? He said, yeah. And that was when I finally officially could say, you know, yes. And the sort of collective hug from this fandom was overwhelming. It's not something I'll forget ever. And especially after all of this. So to sit down and see it was emotional. To read your tweet to me was emotional. So I'm very grateful.
Absolutely. I just, I was telling my wife just the other day, like, just, I'm so, like, I'm genuinely happy for you, because like, I feel like, you know, I've been up on the whole thing and reading, you know, again, it's been years and years coming. I think it's to finally be able to have that out, and like, you're taking it in stride. I love seeing you interact with the fans. So it's like, I think like we couldn't have asked for a better representative.
Thank you.
Darkseid, you know, you seem like an awesome guy. You're great with the fans, and I couldn't be happier for you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. It's absolutely been a privilege across the board. And I'm very grateful, very humble about the entire experience. And it's been marvelous. It really has. And what an adventure.
Jeremy, real quick.
Yeah.
So I mean, I asked you once before, didn't you know, we talked a little bit about it. With the New Gods movie. Like, have y'all been, has your family been, have they got any updates on where they're at with that? Like, where they're at with the process? Anything that's going on with that whole thing?
Best thing that I would say is really DC is always amazing at keeping us as much in the loop as they possibly can.
Yeah.
And they've always been great to the family. So yeah, when we do hear news, they do a good job of updating, but a lot of that it's Warner Brothers and it's up that chain, so to speak.
Yeah.
So there's not much that comes down, but I can say that, Ava's always been gracious. And the people that they have involved are very much Kirby fans, and I think they're going to do an amazing job. And I hope to see it come to fruition. So absolutely,
I hope so too.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I think that it definitely gives a deeper look into the more like vast, more cosmic side of DC.
Mm-hmm.
You see the first link to the cosmic side of DC is Darkseid. Like for the Justice League, their first encounter with the cosmic side is Darkseid. So I think getting kind of a doing some world building on that end would be great. I just really hope that, when they do it, I just hope that it's done in a way that rings true to the lore. It doesn't have to be like step for step, because it's never step for step in the movie world.
Right.
But give it, make it, keep the essence of the characters, keep the essence of the story, of the saga, the battle, of the new gods. Like keep the essence of that intact.
Yeah.
I mean, your grandfather did. I mean, he did a great service to the comic book world creating these characters. So
without question.
It would behoove that creative process to kind of keep that in mind as they come up with their own vision of it. So
yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, man. So
it's huge.
I would definitely say I'd leave you guys with this. I definitely don't sleep on the New Gods characters, because they are. Warner's, everyone, they're literally sitting on a cosmic trove of characters that
without question
everywhere, galaxies and galaxies of characters. So, if you want to tell, you could have stories on Apocalypse, you could have stories on Earth, on New Genesis, Source Wall, it doesn't matter. You could go everywhere, and possibilities are endless.
This is the thing I've discovered is, I think you probably heard, I've sort of been retroactively going back and learning a lot of these stories and stuff. You start to delve into your grandfather's storytelling, which is massive and vast and huge. And I'm including, the old Norse Eddas, those sagas. That stuff. I mean, it's vast. You're talking movie after movie after movie after movie.
You could do a universe on just the New Gods.
Start to explore this world, and it really is kind of never ending. And so I do hope that more of that storytelling is shared with the world, because it's damn good.
Absolutely. Thank you. And I hope you're a part of it. So thank you.
I would love to be, man. Sign me up. I know you got to get back to dinner. Yes.
Yeah.
Man.
They're being patient though. So I appreciate you guys.
Hey, man, thanks for dropping in, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for dropping in.
Take care. Have a good night.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was awesome. That is Darkseid. That is your Darkseid. That's Darkseid's daddies. That's Darkseid's daddies.
I got
granddaddies.
Hair stand. I mean, you to talk to
the creators.
Your creator. What? Literally, I met my maker. I mean,
literally. As far as Darkseid,
what a kind man. What a kind man.